We have an unexpected milestone to celebrate that I never told you guys about. A special video dedicated to a spin speed milestone. Let's find out what this mystery machine is all about and a bit of the story behind it, or her. And you're watching Florence Ballard A3060 on film at Christmas.
Florence Ballard A3060.
Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Florence Ballard A3060 here, and I hope you enjoy what we've got in stock for today's video.
So I'm not gonna muck around too much, but there has been a machine that I have been hiding from you all here. And, well, I'm going to put it this way. I have concealed this machine from you guys for over 2 years. So, you might think, oh, the WD-64, you hid that from us for 9 months. Well, this one has been just over 2 years. 2 years and 1 month I've been hiding this from you. And I've nearly got it, had it on camera in there. It's why filming in that room has been so difficult. There are 2 other machines in there that I need to reveal, but this is the first one. Thank God for that. So we have a duvet. That's all you're going to see. We're going to film the duvet on us. Yeah, so I'm going to reveal what this is. Because it's not the 9,000 subscribers machine. So what I'm going to be doing is, there's a bit of a story behind this video. And I'm going to just straight up say this to you, it is not a Hotpoint WMA64 because I don't think I'm ever going to be getting one. So if anyone's guessing it's a WMA64, I don't think we're ever going to be seeing one on the channel, neither a WMA48 or WD440 because they all three have got to come together. Simply because the expectations of what I want of a WMA64, it's quite impossible to recreate a 22-year-old machine looking brand new and then getting all the wrapping and packaging, because I want it to be as if I've got the machine new, because as you guys know, I'll never be able to get new machines. So, but anyway, so I just wanted to clear that out, because a lot of people go, oh, it's WMA64, and everyone else go, no, it's not one. This and the 9,000 subscribers, that will be the last I will be doing of the milestones, because after this, it's 10,000 subscribers. That's the biggest milestone. I don't know if I'll reach it next year, because this year it took ages to get to 9,000. August, September is when I normally reach it, and it's not December. I haven't even got over 8,960, so it's probably looking into like January, February that'll be till I get that. So we've got this machine, which is not the 9,000 subscribers machine. So there's got to be that. Then there's the 9,000 subscribers one, and then after that, I'm just going to reveal whatever I get, because I'm now hunting for like childhood machines and stuff like that. Oh, I did get a new spin dryer as well. A Colston, well, Ariston by Colston Electronic 3000. It's a spin dryer that reaches 3,000 RPM and it's got a permanent magnet motor. So that'll be after this. After this is done, we're going to be going wild on all the videos. But yeah, just wanted to clear that up. So I've not done a video like this, and actually this is the first washing machine we're revealing in the house that I'm in, because I haven't revealed anything new in this place. Because the Indesit 1196W was meant to be here, but I thought I'll do that at home. I wanted to use the machine. And then obviously when we first moved in, it was the dishwasher, and my hair is an absolute bloody mess. I'm going to London for Christmas, so I'm going home to see Mum. So I might try if I can catch a clip of the W562 and put that in as a short. That's why I've been working on a lot of shorts recently. I just wanted to clear that up. So yeah, this machine. So WD-64, I kept you for 9 months. This machine I've kept from you for 2 years. That's because about a year of storing this machine. So I got this machine in 2023, November 2023. Dorian, yes, he's smiling because he probably knows. So I actually got this machine off Dorian. This is what the fun is. Now you'll be thinking, what the hell did Dorian have that long ago? I don't think Dorian ever filmed this machine. It was actually from Service Slimline. It went to... So there is a whole story about how I got this machine. I kind of got this by accident, but it's something that I really wanted. It's like the exact one I wanted. The only thing is it's had a bit of cosmetic wear and tear to it, and I've done what I can to fix that up. In fact, there's a whole story about how I fixed this machine up. It's been bodge fixed. Thanks Service Slimline and Laundry Centre and Hoover Lux for teaching me bodge jobs. But anyway, she works until I can find some replacement parts that are better. But yeah, should we get into it? Ho, 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 ho! It's Santa A3060 here. delivering a new machine to Florence Ballard A3060. What's he got? Well, it's covered by a duvet, you can't see anything, can't see the shape of it or anything. So, there's loads of guesses. I know what's coming. Hot Point Hoover service, all that stuff is coming. Yes, it could be one of those, you never know. Could be a microwave, could be a fridge. I've got heartburn as well, because I've just gone to the Christmas markets over here. I had a German smoked sausage and a Nutella Dutch pancakes and Coca-Cola. I don't care now, I'm not dieting or anything like that. I am unleashing and eating all the unnecessary stuff. So yeah, I'm probably going to have a lot of stomach aches. But hey, anyway, this machine can clear it all up. Make it sound grim. Alright. So, what is behind this? So, something I got from Hooverlux. He's like my Uncle Dorian in a way. I don't know what he is. He's like the mad professor to me. I've got tinsel on my neck and I'm sweating because it's a lamp. So what did Florence Ballard A3060 get as an early... Well, it was an early Christmas present back in 2023. So, I'm not going to give any stupid clues because I normally do things like, when I had a Zanussi, I said the science behind this, the EcoSense was like, this might make sense to you. With this one, I am not going to give any clues about because I want to keep things a mystery. I like all the mystery stuff. Okay, so here we go, drum what they're ready. And the machine I have got is, as Manfred Mann would say, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
God save us all.
Hey!
You like it? What is it exactly?
There we go. She's a little bit yellowed, but there we go. What have we here? Okay, so, right. Let's see if someone's picked up on something on this. Look above the dispenser drawer. What do you see? What is this? Does this look familiar to something in 2023? That's been on there since that. Just a bit rickety-rockety, but anyway. Okay, so what you're looking at here is a Bosch XL 1400 Express. There you go. That's where the 1400 comes in. Model WFO 2867GB. No, 2865, sorry, 2865 this one is. 2867 was the, I don't know what one. But anyway, so the machine is a bit yellowed. I can't do anything about that. I have tried. I don't have the means of retrobrighting this because, unfortunately, over here we've had no bloody sun. Because over here in Manchester, you get more rain than anything. So, if anyone was wondering where I live, that's where I live, Manchester. It's been revealed before anyway. Anyway, so, here's the story about this machine. So, the story about this machine is, as you know, Service Slimline Phil, he does a lot of repairs of machines and he sells them on and whatnot. For anyone who watches his workshop videos. So, I have always loved Bosch. This is the one thing that I don't think many people know I like these. But actually, someone did guess Bosch, but they thought it was a 9,000 subscribers machine. I think it was Jack. Appliance guy, I think, said it might be a Bosch because you've not got one of those. Technically, I do prefer Siemens. So, but the one I want is a lot harder to find. The Siri IQ 1800. God, I'll probably never find that. But so I grew up with Bosch as a kid. My earliest memories of a Bosch were my next door neighbour at the time, who had a Maloney Service washer dryer. It's one of the Newpol ones with the 3 dials in here. They brought a Bosch XL 1200 Express to replace it. No, I'm wrong. They had an Indesit W123, the pre-Evolution models, and then they got this to replace it. It was an XL 1200 Express. We're talking like 2003, I think they got it. Or something like... No, they got it in 2004 or 5. It was like 2004. I went round there to see it for the first time. And I was sceptical because I had a Bosch brochure and it said that how quiet their machines were. And I thought, oh, I bet they're not quiet. And I heard one, I was like, wow, that's quiet. My dad had a Bosch WFF 1401. I think Witch Washers filmed something similar to one in his flat in Harefield when he moved out in 2005. I grew up around a lot of Bosches. We were going to get a Bosch to replace the WMA64 with, but at the time we weren't good with money. But we looked at one of the, I think it was an XL7 or something we looked at. So I used to have all the Bosch brochures, and I never knew much about the ranges. I just knew they had 2 X's in them, but I'll explain in a minute how the range goes. So I knew of 1200 models, but I knew there were 1400 ones. I never heard one do 1400 until some of our distant family in Kent got the Classic 6 1400 Express, I think it was, and it was the first time I heard one do 1400. They were the ones that did the slow ramp into spin from distribute, unlike these ones. But I grew up with all this. I was amazed with how quiet they were. I loved the way the drum has got that seal around it rather than the silver showing. So I've always wanted a Bosch. Now, you remember my British Heart Foundation days? I used to get 1200 Bosches. Never got a 1400 one. Actually, this particular model came into the back, but it was covered in like bags and like bookshelves. I couldn't even get to it, so I could never test a 1400 one. I always got the 1200 ones. So if you remember, in 2023 when I was doing temporary machines, I got hold of a Classics 1200 Express, the WFO 2467, the one that Reese has got. He's got a spanking new version. But that was where this came from. And I've actually got a photo of these two sat next to each other. Well, almost. This one is outside in the front, and the 1200 Express is in the passageway waiting to be sold. So I took this off there, and I thought it's a little bit of a memory to remember having that. I really wished I'd kept that 1200 Express because it kind of was one that I wanted. So the Classics 1200 Express, because a close family friend who was part of a spiritual circle that I used to go to, had one. But she passed away, and I never ever got to ask like the landlord or whoever, can I have that machine? Her one was perfectly brand new white. This was white at some point, but somehow it's become yellowed. I don't know how, because it's never been exposed to the sun. Anyway, story about this one. So I grew up always wanting the XL4. I always liked the XL range, and I always wanted a 1400 Express. 1400 is like my favourite speed. It's technically my lowest speed for a lot of machines. I don't really like 1200s for machines this new. So anyway, Dorian got this off Phil. As you know, he takes machines and then he often gives them back or he keeps them. And Dorian was talking about getting rid of it. And I saw it, I thought, hang on, I think that's the one I wanted because it's got the time delay and it's got the screen. And I messaged Dorian in our group chat and I was like, oh my God, I said, you're getting rid of it. I'll have it off you. Because I always know Dorian is like, you can have it. And he went, oh, sorry, it's going back to Phil. But no, and I was like, damn, okay. So I was a bit disappointed, but I thought, I'll find one, So anyway, time went on, and then we went to Dorian's in November 2023, was when I first drove up there. And that's when we filmed a lot of his other machines we did. And anyway, we were out in the garden on my first night there. And Dorian was talking about machines he was getting rid of. He had that LG, the non-Elmo one, the other one that with the grey door, and he was getting rid of that. He had this on eBay. I didn't know about it. And I went into the little marquee that he's got in his back garden. And me, him and Phil, I think Raddy at the time, were chatting out there. And I was like to him, and he said, oh, I'm getting rid of that. Because I thought Phil was taking this back home. Phil said, no, I'm not taking this anymore. I said, wait, are you not taking this? And I said to Dorian, what are you doing with it? He said, I'm selling it. I said, I'll have it off you, it's the one I want. And he went, okay. And he wouldn't even let me pay for it. He wouldn't let me, he had it up for £40. I said, Dorian, let me pay for it. He went, no, you're not paying for it. So in the back of the car she went. And unfortunately, this is where I want to slap Phil for this. He broke the lid to us. The 2 screws at the back broke. And there's 2 nubs inside. Now this is a really strange model because it's not built like the 1200 Express. The same lid, yes, but the lid mounts differently. The 1200 Express has got little stubs here, whereas this one doesn't. So the lid on this was coming loose. and the fact the back is rusty. I've cleared that up though. So I've had to use 2 screws here to mount it on, and at the back I've had to break the lugs off an old Bosch lid and glue it onto this. So if I was to give this lid a thump, it would snap at the back. So I do need a new lid for this at some point, but unfortunately she's been very yellowed. And I can't use Retrobrite, so I'm going to get a new door trim at some point, and eventually I'll start replacing all the other bits. But I can't. I've done some test spins, kept her going in that room. She has a different motor to the 1200 Express. I find it strange. Bosch have a thing of using different motors. I don't know what this one uses. I think this uses the same motor that Siemens I rescued has. It's not a CE set motor though. I don't know what this has, but it's I think one of Bosch's own motors. But yeah, that's the story. So I got this machine in 2023. Originally, she was meant to be the 8,000 subscribers video, but then a month later, I found the WD-64, and I was like, no, that's got to be revealed first because that's a dream machine. Then I was like, so for 1,400 videos, I was meant to have a WMA-64, but unfortunately, it's not been possible to acquire one yet. So I was like, look, I don't want to lose out on this chance. And I've got 3 machines that desperately need to be revealed because it's making filming in that room and everywhere else hard. So I was like, 1,400, it's a significant machine. The only other machine that probably would have been this significant would have been a New Wave 1400 Hoover, but I don't think there's ever a chance I'm going to find a New Wave. Not with how picky I am about what particular one I want. I want the British Racing Green washer dryer. Yeah, I've made that like 100 times rarer to find. Anyway, I haven't thought of a name for this machine yet, but I will do as we go along. She is from, unfortunately the date has been rubbed off, but I know she's from June 2003. I was 6 years old, and actually that is when I got the WMA-64. We got that in April or May, that machine I think, or yeah, we got that around May I think we did that machine. But anyway, we're going to be doing a wash load. She's a 6 kilo machine, so she's actually now, because other than the Hoover 6, this is a pure 6 kilo. She has got the chevron drum in this one, but not the one with the band through the middle. Very strange, this one's built very differently, but this one's been serviced by Phil. I trust that he's done a good job and this machine ain't going to blow up mid-cycle or something. Well, you know, if I do, I'll be coming down to Brighton to get him, but yeah. Anyway, let's get on with this excellent machine. Bad pun. So about the ranges quickly. So Bosch have always had different types of ranges, all with 2 X's in them. It starts off with the entry level being the Max, then it's the Classics, then it's the XL, then it was the Logics. So if you got a Logics, you actually got the top of the range one. Now they brought out Avantix, which I find is funny because it's like Avanti West Coast. But yeah, so this is like second from top of the line, this model. This one doesn't have the time saver on it because I think this machine does it all itself. But this one has the Cascade fill. If anyone remembers me asking about Cascade fills 2 years ago on the premiere of the Classics, that's why I was asking, because I didn't know whether this one had it. So all this time I've had this machine, you guys have never known. I'm so sneaky, aren't I? And actually, if you look back at the live stream we did, when I put the iPad down to film the dryer, I actually nearly revealed this because I just saw in the thing, you can see the dial, and I was like, I hope no one recognises what that is. And I'm thinking, is that why Jack has said Bosch? But yeah. Yeah. So I'm part of the Bosch Siemens gang, BSH group. Right, let's go. Oh, I forgot to mention, this machine is my only cold fill only one. So, right, I have to watch that thingy. Right, so, look at this massive bloody scent boosters. Let's put wind, I'm going to put a whole load in there. She's been cleaned out with toilet bowl cleaner, like fizz tablets. Right, that's going in there. Right, let's see how many towels we can get in this machine, shall we? So I'm going to try and get all the bath sheets in first. We'll get the big ones, because these really do need washing. I've saved them up purely for this machine. So 6 kilogram. Let's see what we can do. Reese, I hope you're watching this. Hope you Bosch lovers are all looking forward to seeing this, because I certainly am. I've not properly, you know, I've done Bosch as temporary, but never had one to myself, and I need to level up. I think we can get all this in. I'll have to see how much room we have at the top. Oh, we can. There's just tiny rags now, this is. Look at this. Avanti West Coast first class thing. And American Airlines, that's from. There's literally a fistful of room at the top. Perfect. For those who don't know what Bosch recommend, it's aerial for these. Now, I have to remember that in Manchester, it's soft water. So I've got to stop dosing like I do for London. But however, we are doing a pre-wash. Oh no, we're not doing a pre-wash, sorry, because you can only do it on 60. So I'm hoping that's for a full load, heavy soil. I'm hoping that ain't going to be too much. Oh my god, this aerial loves making a mess. And we got the Lenore Outdoorable. I cannot wait to get this going. I've been waiting. And I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. Oh Bosch. So switch the machine on. Look at that. So, Cotton 90, 1400, Aaron 46. This does do load sensing. Not going to enable any options. Okay, let's get going. Ready? Oh, it's exciting. I think did they pump out first? No, they still. The older ones pumped out first, I think. So that's cold fill. Right, let's see how she works. So we don't fill via the cascade fill for this, we fill for the rinsers on that. So it's like a lot of tumbling in. Oh, there's the cascade, there we go, there's the cascade fill. Love it, so it helps rinse off the seal too. That's good, we tumble while filling, brilliant. Lovely. That's good because it means we fill through the front and wet the front of the load. There's a bit of warmth in that water because it's coming from the shower, so but it's good because it'll help things heat up. I could fill up with hot water if I wanted to, but I've heard the machine to work originally. That's really good how that's absorbing. This doesn't have those old shocks to her. She has the newer like Indesit type one, so the suspension's a lot more stiffer on this. So, let me have a look. Also, the progress lights on these ones, the difference between these and the Max ones is that they would just go, it was something like active, ready, and was it end? Yeah, but it says wash, rinse and spin and ready. The annoying thing, however, is if you knock that dial while the machine's on, it will change the program. I like that, because I really like that. It's a little bit warm going in. Oh, I've been waiting to reveal this. There you go. A bit more easier now. It's really handling that well. Still topping up. Nothing to do a bit more better tumbling. Yeah. Well, tumbling a bit faster now. There we go. A nice big loaf of the Balknet to do. 2 German brands. So the machine has added time on. We've got about 2 hours, and we're heating. The heater on this is 2,300 watt. It heats up very quick. I'll be very intrigued to see how this is going to handle that spinning. Bosch don't normally stud lock, but I'll be interested to see how this handles it. We'll see what happens. There's just the right amount of water in there really, so that shouldn't take too long to heat up, and the water was partially warmed anyway, so yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah, I can't really feel any heat there. But yeah, nice machine. Right, we're on the cool down shuttle rinse, 41 minutes to go, and washing machine guy is live. There we go, look at that, and then we're going to do a spin. That, oh god, that definitely is hit by full temperature there, look at that. The shorter tumbles. What's the temperature of that water going in by any chance? It's cool, yeah, cool water. Nice. There we go. Way! Short tumbles, they'll probably drain quite quickly as well. Exciting stuff. I'll have to move her that way a bit. For the spin. Wow! Oh! It's doing what Reese's one does when she gets a bit giddy. We are draining for the first intermediate spin. There's a lot of blue in there for some of those towels. So we literally took all the towels from London and brought them up here, so yeah. And I'll make sure I use lots of towels now, so we've got loads of towels to do. Right, first loaded spin that we're going to see this do. So she's an anti-clockwise spinner. I believe she's my first anti-clockwise machine in the collection. Oh no, sorry, the Indus is. She's the second anti-clockwise machine in the collection now. Might look for a 1200 Express. There we go. So this should be 500 RPM for the first spin. I think it goes 500. on, how many rinses did we do? I think we did 3. 500, 600, 700. There we go. See if we start off. Oh no, bit unbalanced. That's smooth though. So start off at 200. Then we climb progressively up to about 500. Wow, we're not with the Suzzle. Boring now. That first spin is always really exciting. See how aerial works. I think it works quite well. There you are, 500. I know we got a bit more. 400. There you are, 500. Nice, good speed. Nice having a big drum machine now. Nice. Spin fill. Oh. Oh. Meant to spin full earlier, that was, yeah. There you are. And then we keep tumbling. There we go. I'll film it from this part of the fill so you can see it. So we go through the cascade fill, which is good because it means we rinse anything off the it means we rinse off the door seal. I don't think they're deep level rinses though, it's the only thing. Even though this has configured to a large load, we've got 34 minutes left. We'll see what happens. No subtle though, something really good. Can't wait for the final spin. There you are, yeah. That's still trying to fill. I hate this bloody pump setup in it. No, I thought that's probably going to fill some more water at least, yeah. No. So it's a low level rinse. Oh no, still topping up. I'll probably put the top up there. Yeah, low level. Right, second intermediate spin. I believe this one's 600, or it could be 700 for this one. I'll have to see. I don't know how many rinses it's going to do. There we go. There we go. Oh no, got unbalanced. Like falls to the Brent's house, yeah, she's done it really well. That probably won't spin that, I don't think. No way. Whoa. Unbalanced. A little bit feisty, this one. quite like that sound that we're making. Something's shaking the side of the machine. Side panels. Can't wait to do the wall cycle in this. So that's 400 and then up. That's roughly about 700, let's see. Well, it should be 600. The next one's 700 and 800. If it does 3 rinses. But that is about that bloody thing there. They're not too long to spin, which is good. About 600, I'd say. Good spin length, that is. That spin feel, I love that. It helps with absorbency and whoa. There you go. That's good. We're on the low level second rinse now. So I'm going to do about 3 rinses. Because the final spin's not that long in this, because it doesn't take that long to, she doesn't take that long to do everything. I can't wait to have the 1400 bit. I will start taking all the stuff off. There we are. Doing the top off. I'm going to start taking everything off the top of this machine. Maybe throw it off. I love that cascade though, because it really helps rinse out the door seal and everything. Right. And it helps go onto the load as well. Yeah, I'll probably do a few more top-ups as we go along. We are on the third intermediate spin now. This one should be 700 RPM, and then the next one will be 800. I'll see how long. Oh wait, no, this is going to be the 800 one. I think I've got them wrong. I think it's 500, 700, 800. Yes, it is 500, 700, 800. Because the next one's going to be the final rinse. Yeah, I forgot these do a bit of a strange pattern. She's like, I'll be a bit faster next time. Oh dear Lord. Oh no. That surely won't. Oh no. Bloody hell. Oh, about to jump. It's getting worse than every spin. little bit more about how to jump. They always handle balance zones really well though. Yeah, should be up to full 800 for this one. That's from 200 up to 400. Not too loud though, I like the motor sound. I think the suspension is very stiff from having not been used for 2.5 years and having sat out in the cold before. Here we go. What the final spin's going to be like. Excited. They are 800. There we go. There. I'll just smash the bloody thing again. That should be the final rinse off this. Shimming back and forth there. Got a bit of a feisty character as well. Final rinse, so that's the next. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh no, we are final rinse taking the conditioner. They are final rinse. Oh, it smells good. Right, low level final rinse with conditioner. This is the fun part now. Lovely conditioner going in. Oh yeah, that one. Whoa. Top up. It's good that we tumble while filling, I think that's really good. So now we switch so we don't go through. We good. We could. I think Rinse Plus will add a rinse and top up the water too, so we'll do that at some point. No, yeah. Get ready, guys. Here comes the final spin, the express final spin. So I'll just keep the tripod, turning the water off. Machine. Right, Brace yourselves. Because she's the first 1400 RPM machine in the collection now, I've realised. Yep. Because, no, I haven't got anything that's 1400, have I? No. There we go. We do an 800 RPM burst first. Oh my goodness me. Every spin's getting worse. That's not going to spin that. And then we do the ramp up. Oh. That nearly jumped there. That was so close to jumping, oh my goodness. I nearly hit the door glass, I think. So we spin up to 800 and then we redistribute. This whole thing's about to leap off the floor in a second. Bloody hell, she's a very feisty machine, okay. 400 up to 800. I do hope we get a smooth ramp up on the next one. That's 800. The camera's going to start shaking as well. This is fun. Go. No. Right, let's see if that will fall off the side. I bet it won't. Just to come to a stop. It won't fall. No. Oh no. One thing a little. Nah, that's not going to redistribute. So I'm balanced to ramp up to 1400 now. I think it goes 1000 and then up to 1400. This is going to rattle. This is. Let's get the bars go to the top. This is gonna shake like crazy. There we go. Goes up even faster than that. Hey, let's go look at that. Oh yeah, she's rattling. That's 1,000. It's fun. Look how stable that is. No vibration, even the panels aren't vibrating. That is impressive. Look at that. Go, look at that. Smooth. Oh, I love this machine so much. Thank you, Dora. Wow, that's impressive how that's not vibrating. About 2 minutes in. Throw the sink in the bath, get all the rest of the water out. Chunk the pump. Yeah, nice pumps. Lovely. the anti-tangle. I only filmed this for the first wash. This machine's a very unexpected machine, an unpredictable machine as far as Bosch. Chunker. 1 minute and then we're going to look after that. So she's finished and I can tell you we have a name. This machine is going to be called Sydney. That's spelt Sydney like Australia. Okay, what's the reason for calling her Sydney? Again, it's a very complex thing. So, I had just been thinking of names and I was like, what names mean a lot about 2003? Couldn't think of anything suitable. She can't really have an old name because the machine isn't really that old. Yes, she is by normal standards vintage because she's 22 years old, but I don't class machines as vintage until they get to 30. So, until 2035, this machine will not be classed as vintage to me. 2033, sorry. Okay, so Sydney. Reason was I wanted to call the machine something that rhymed or started with B. So, I thought Betsy. Now, again, people won't get this one. If you watch Coronation Street, like I used to, I haven't watched it for about a year and a half, there is a current character who's called Betsy Swain, and her attitude is very much like this machine. Very unpredictable, can be quiet, but she can be a right bitch at times. Just like this machine was acting with the spins, getting worse on each one, and then the final spin was an absolute showdown because we thought the machine was going to rattle and then got to top speed and she was smooth as anything. So like mood swings. But Betsy is a very old name. That's like something you call, I mean, I've never heard of that name really. In fact, we found out that the name is actually short for Elizabeth. However, the actress who plays her is called Sydney Martin. I have wanted to meet Sydney for ages and I never have. She's been in Coronation Street since June 2024 and I've never met her. However, she was a very innocent girl when she started, which is I've seen her from the beginning. This machine has yellowed over time, and if you look at the sides, slowly goes from yellow back to her white. To me, that kind of resembles the way Sydney has become with some of her fans. She's kind of started off innocent and she's tainted or yellowed over time. But I still love her and I still want to see her. Very much like how I still love this machine even though she's yellowed, and I will try to fix what I can, but I might, you know, there will still be things left. So that's kind of what's, and I thought like Sydney is quite a nice name. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I thought. Sydney is quite a nice name for this. Sydney is also quite a nice, I saw a lot of these Bosches in Australia, but not at the same time. But anyway, let's unload this and see how we did. So, all stuck around the side. That's very, very dry. That's good because I've now experienced, like I've got a 1600 machine. Oh, that's going to be lovely. I've got a 1600 machine and then I've got 1200s and now I've got a 1400 that sits right between them. I love these little bits where you put your fingers into the drum and then turn. Okay, so that's the brand new, well, I say brand new, but new addition to the collection. Well, that I've had for the past 2 years. Gifted to me by the amazing Hooverlux, Dorian. Oh, you know I love you, man, for everything. You gave me the top load, and although I can't really ever use that Zanussi because of everything, look, this is the one machine I appreciate from you the most. When are you going to give me your Zanussi Jet System WDJ 1285 one? That's the one I want the most. Or maybe the Hooverlogic 1300 washer dryer, who knows. Right. But in return, that's why I gave him the Fisher & Paykel, because he's given me 2 machines, and I thought when you wanted that, I said, yeah, you can have that. So yeah, So that's the new machine. Bosch XL 1400 Express, model WFO 2865GB/01, I think this one is, or 03, I can't remember what this one is. From June 2003, that's date code 8603. Plenty of videos to come along with this, but she's not the 9,000 subscriber machine, so that one, could be anything, could be something really old. It could be a ringer washer, who knows? I might get one of those one day. Those little agitator ones with the mangle that you know, no spin cycle and anything. Could even be a twin tub. I have thought about getting twin tub washing machines maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Alright guys, so this might be the last one before Christmas because I'm going to be going to London tomorrow, so unless I film anything of the Miele, I want to say Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you for everything this year. There will be videos between Christmas and New Year, but there won't be much because I'm going to be focusing on getting everything sorted for the end of year compilation. I cannot wait, and I cannot wait to do the videos of that. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to keep it supreme and go with the flow, and have an excellent Christmas and express yourself.